We're in northern Minnesota, and one thing that you've seen at the Next Bite is many times we go to larger bodies of water. Well, we got a little bit of a treat for you this time. I'm with my good friend here, Charlie Moore, Lund Mercury Pro, and we're actually fishing a body of water near Grand Rapids, Minnesota. That's only about 1,500 acres in size, so it's really small, yet this is a great walleye fishery here. We're gonna do a technique that a lot of people probably haven't done. We're gonna call it jig trolling. It's a lot like vertical jigging, but there's some things that are a little bit different. So we're gonna get into the equipment, into the boat control, and everything about that technique to help you get the next bite.
When people say someone was born to do something, you couldn't ask for a better example than professional angler Chase Parsons. After expressing an intense interest in fishing as early as he was able to see over the gunnel of a boat, his training began. Under the strict teachings of his father, professional angler Gary Parsons, and his uncle, professional angler Keith Cavaillez, both tournament champions, avant-garde tackle icons, and freshwater fishing Hall of Fame inductees. But eventually the bird has to leave the nest. And any angler worth their weight on day 3 knows that when it comes to making it in professional fishing, determination, experience, and relentless trial and error create the path for whomever chooses to explore the world of angling. And perhaps the coolest thing about Chase is that despite his background and all of his success at such a young age for a pro angler, he still puts his rain suit on the same as the rest of us. Well, he tries anyway.
Having some trouble here. What a beautiful day.
Kind of feel like a Stay Puft marshmallow.
Kind of look like one. I'm marking them. You know, the technique that we're doing today is really a lot like vertical jigging in river systems. The one main thing that's different though is the location. We're actually in a natural lake in northern Minnesota, jigging pretty much vertical. I like to call this technique jig trolling. So I'm not actually straight vertical, but really close. Now what I'm doing is actually moving along real slowly on structure, and that's where it's different. I'm actually using the bow mount trolling motor to control the boat, pulling along, following structure like I would with a lot of other techniques, instead of, following the speed of the current in a river. However, I'm using a little bit heavier jig, a 3/8 ounce jig right now, and using the same cadence actually. A slow lift and pause at top, the same thing that I would do in river situations. But what I'm doing is covering a little bit of water, finding specific fish. We literally are fishing one single fish at a time. We're marking a fish on the Lowrance. You're able to see your jig right next to the fish. We're lifting the fish, they're actually coming up and hitting the jigs. So you can actually see, just like in ice fishing, that fish hit your jig. It's really pretty cool. So when you're in fall situations like this, where the fish tend to be a little bit more inactive, jig trolling is a good way to move along the structure areas and catch a lot of fish in the fall. Oh, here's what, Charlie.
I'll get the net. Yeah, I'll get the net. How's it feel?
Yeah, it feels okay, Charlie. You better get up
Got
here.
the net.
There it is. All right, good fish, though.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Better than what I thought.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Oh. That's a nice fish.
Ooh, he's off.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect.
That one kind of surprised me a little bit.
I saw the quick hook set and the reaction. Like, oh, got one.
Yeah, look at that. It is
the
a
nice
nice
yellow.
fish. Pretty fish here, huh?
Yeah, that nice yellow fish that's probably hanging up in the weeds in the evening and dropping down.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising. He just felt some weight, and I'm like, oh.
Perfect.
Didn't seem like he was going to be quite that big, but we'll take it.
Absolutely. There's a bunch of bait down there right now.
Let's get this baby back in the water. He's ready to go.
Oh, there's fish right below the bait. When you're talking fall walleye locations, there's a few main things that you need to look for. One is deep water access. In the fall, these fish will hold up, suspend most of the time during the day. In the evenings, they'll move up on the shoreline structure or humps or things that are close to the deep water. Other things to look for, if you have a river running into the natural lake, those river channels will load up right off the edge. But the key to remember, quick access to deep water. We're talking quick, I'm talking 10 foot, shoots down to 60, 70 feet in a matter of yards. 20 yards, 30 yards, not a real gradual slope, but pretty immense structure that you're talking about. So just get out a lake map of wherever you're going for a natural lake. Look for those areas, mark them off, points, main lake humps, anything that's close to deep water, and that's a great place to start for your fall walleye fishing.
The Next Bite is brought to you by Mercury, #1 on the water. Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. Tracker Boats, fish the finest. Berkeley, catch more fish. And Motor Guide, never stop.
When you're looking at what equipment to use for jig trolling, you're going to see a lot of similarities of what you would use in vertical jigging river situations. The first thing would be a rod. We're using a 6-foot Walleye Angler Signature Series rod, and you can see that it has a lot of backbone here, but a really fast tip. What that does is it gives you good hook sets and a lot of sensitivity. As far as line goes, we're using 6-pound Berkeley Fireline. Fireline has no stretch. You're going to get a lot of sensitivity there. So between the rod and the line, there's a lot of feel. Okay, these fish aren't absolutely cracking the jig, so you need to be able to feel everything that's going on. With jig styles, what we're using here are FinTech knuckleball jigs. And this is where it's going to be a little bit different than vertical jigging. You're going to use a little bit heavier jig because we're actually trolling in a forward fashion. It's a 3/8 ounce FinTech knuckleball jig. And the beauty about these jigs is their stand-up head designs. What I mean by that is when they're on the bottom, they hold the bait up off the bottom. It just makes it easier for the fish to suck the jig in. So by the use of a short rod, sensitive line, and the right style jig, jig trolling becomes a fantastic way to catch a lot of fish.
There's a bite, Chase. There he is.
Got him!
You got him, Charlie?
Got him.
There you go. What do you think?
Feels good.
Okay.
The back reel is on.
Beautiful. All right. Oh, yeah.
a
Oh,
nice
good
one.
fish. Yep.
Let's get him in there. Get him,
Oh, there we go.
You see the red
Nice
tail go
fish.
flying?
Yeah, it did. That's a good one. Healthy fish, too.
Get my gloves off.
Wow.
Man, the fish are so solid, Chase.
Oh, they're beautiful,
So
too.
good.
Really healthy fish.
Right in the noggin. They're just hard as a rock.
Yeah, they
too.
are.
Solid fall.
Oh,
Fall
boy.
fish.
Beautiful
Fall
fish.
fish.
Beautiful.
Looks good.
Yeah.
We're working it. Get this one back. And he's gone. Another one back.
Here you go.
Tell you what, I'm starting to feel the cold on the hands though.
Yeah, it's not all that warm out here. Good thing we're catching a few fish.
34 degrees, wet hands. Doesn't get any better.
Nope.
Let's get back out there.
The Real Deal. Straight talk to make you a better fisherman. Brought to you by thenextbite.com.
In the last few years in professional walleye fishing, there's been a bait that's stood head and shoulders above all the rest, and that's the Berkeley Flicker Shad. It's only been out for a few years, but it's accounted for an awful lot of tournament money won. It's a shad style bait. It's been around for about, like I said, 3 years or so, but it's going through a revolution. Berkeley's coming out with brand new packaging, so you'll be able to see it. It's called Flicker Shad with big letters. There's actually a diving chart inside, the whole works. But probably the neatest thing is, in addition to all the colors they had before, there's a bunch of new colors that are going to be coming on. I mean, many, many colors. Many different stores are going to have their own colors, so you'll have to look for each store at what colors there are. But I've got a sampling of a few of them. In fact, they're so new that they haven't even been officially named yet. I've fished some of these colors, and they've been deadly. This is a purple pearl color. It's actually been one that was very much requested on the website. This is one of my favorites. It's been an unbelievable color for river fishing. It's got an orange top, a little bit of a chartreuse band, pearl bottom. We've got a color here that's got a blue top, a lot of chartreuse with a little kind of a whitey stripe down the center. That's been a deadly, dirty watercolor. And then we've got a naturalistic color here. Talk about looking like a small dace minnow, a rainbow dace minnow. We've got this one nailed. There's many other colors, so look for the Flicker Shad. The stores will have them by about January, so that by the time you see this show, you should be able to get some of these new colors.
A change in behavior in the walleyes is underway as Chase Parsons and Charlie Moore now find themselves feeding line to the fish to secure the bite before firing off the hook set.
I even gave them a little bit.
How much did you give them?
Probably 5 seconds.
As they continue to jig troll the steep, immense drop-offs on this small Minnesota lake.
Feeling good.
Oh yeah, that's a decent fish, huh?
We need a little warm-up. It's gotten chilly.
It is cold out here.
He's almost there, Chase. Come on, buddy. Come on.
Get in there. There we go.
That's
Oh man, that's a nice fish, Charlie.
Another one right
Wow.
now. They are so strong right now this time of year with the way they're built. Look at the scars.
Oh yeah.
Indent right in
Yeah, he
there.
does. Well, cool. That is a good fish, though.
Man, they're just so stout.
Yeah, they are. Hey, how cool is it that you can go to a little lake like this and catch fish like these? Man, that's a nice fish, Charlie.
Yeah, and it's cool. So you mark them, jigging. You know, my favorite way to fish, vertical jigs,
Yeah.
straight up and down. Nothing more enjoyable. A little chilly today.
It's a little chilly, but if you can catch them like that, it warms it up real quick,
But we'll
doesn't it?
take them. Just look at the thick,
Yeah.
healthy.
Oh, let's get them back in, man.
There we go. All right, there we go, buddy.
When it comes to this fall walleye fishing, when it's cold like it is today, 34 degrees, windy, you want to maximize your time on the water. You don't want to waste a lot of time fishing where there aren't any fish. So make sure you use the new technology you have available. As you can see with our map in here, you can see we've checked out this hump, we checked out this inside turn, another spot right out here. So what it does is it enables us to come in, start graphing, looking for specific spots, specific fish. You can see where we tracked in, and every time we punch an icon, that's actually where we mark the fish. So we can actually make a milk run of spots that we need to go back to, drop the trolling motor, right on the fish, start jigging. It just saves us a lot of time, and like I said, when it's this cold, you don't want to spend a lot of time fishing and not catching. So make sure you use this electronics, the new stuff by Lowrance. It'll maximize your time, it'll help you catch more fish.
With the remaining afternoon light hanging on behind the ever-increasing cloud cover, this fall weather has taken a quick turn for the worse.
Yeah, the good thing is, so the guys let me do a fall shoot, and this is the weather that we get. It's about 25 degrees out and raining, not snowing, raining. I want to thank Dad and Keith and Pete for that one.
Get to enjoy a good Minnesota fall day.
But despite the drastic changes in the weather and the creeping timidness of the walleyes, Chase and Charlie's pattern of vertical jig trolling is holding strong.
How's it feel?
It's not real big. It feels okay now, only starting to, he's way under. He's okay.
Oh, he's okay.
Yeah, there we go. All right. All right. Oh,
There he is.
better than I thought he was going to be, huh?
Yeah. Oh, he's a
Came
little,
up really easy.
he's a little chunker.
Yeah, he is.
Hold on, I'm gonna mark
Not very
that
long, but
real quick.
no, this one got knuckleballed.
Right in the nose.
Yeah.
Stuck him.
Yeah, right on the nose. But yeah, just pretty fish here.
Yep.
Not real long, but
Chubby.
solid. This one actually has a little bit of a deal too right there.
Indent in.
Yep.
Almost
Yeah.
the same spot as the last one.
Yeah, yep. All right.
Perfect.
We're looking for a bigger one. Here we go, little guy. Now he's ready.
With an afternoon of freezing rain behind them, Chase and Charlie aren't ready to quit just yet on this late fall walleye bite. And neither are the walleyes, although the changing conditions have morphed their timidness to bite into full-on reluctance, as it is now taking Chase and Charlie up to 30 seconds of feeding line before setting the hook on a potential fish.
Got him.
Got him?
Got him.
How's it feel, Charlie?
Feels good.
Good fish? Good.
Feels good.
All right. I'll get the net.
Feels good.
All right. Here we go.
Warm us up a little bit with this cool
It is
temperature.
cool. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it is a
that's
nice
a good
fish. Yep, there we go. All right, and he's off.
He's off.
Woo!
Good net job.
Oh,
Good
man.
save. Oh, good save on that
Yep.
one.
Oh, that is even a nice fish, though.
He's got a noggin.
Yeah.
Little thing on his noggin there.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you what, we've put up with about every weather condition, too.
It has snowed, it has rained, it has been windy. We're post front all of a sudden with the sun coming out, but you know, the fish are still biting. You just got to put in your time and really be precise in what we're doing.
Yeah. So, all right, here you
All
go.
right, let's get him back. There you go, buddy. Oh, and he's gone. Oh.
Is the water a little cold?
It's like ice fishing. Excellent. It's fall fishing when you got stuff running on your nose, you can't feel your face, your hands like hurt, and we call it enjoyable. It's fun.
Even as a new day on this small Minnesota water boasts the illusion of warmth thanks to a clear and sunny sky, the post-frontal conditions of yesterday's weather still has the walleyes needing to be fed line before biting, keeping professional angler Chase Parsons honed in on every ounce of feel he can summon from his rod and line.
Oh, had him. Lost him. No. Didn't lose him.
Utilizing your experience to tell you what to adapt in your approach in the face of changing weather and bite conditions is a defining quality in a good angler and a means of survival for a pro. In this case, the pattern of vertical jig trolling walleyes off of steep drop-offs is held, requiring only a subtle change in jig delivery and cadence.
Got him. Decent fish here. Yeah. All right. There we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, man, I tell you what. You know, it's really too bad fishing yesterday with Charlie on a little body of water like this. We couldn't make it out today. I had to go back to work, and for me, this is work. To be able to come out on a system like this, catch fish like that. It's a little bit cold out, but man, does it all work, make it worthwhile. Oh, that's a lot of fun. Oh, well, let's get him back in the water, huh? There you go, buddy. Oh, yeah. Warms the guy up.
Or should I go like this? While I'm talking.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Got him! Got him! Chase can count to 10. I'm proud of you. You got him. Woo!
He just likes to sit in my hand like that, doesn't he?
He's well trained.
He's posing. He's posing.
Chase, it could be worse.
Could be raining.
It is raining.
I'm taking your employee.
If you don't catch them, roll.
I'll exit the room now.
Wow.
Wow.
The Next Bite would like to thank the legendary Sawmill Inn of Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Featuring first-class dining, Northwoods decor, and special events, packages, and rates, the Sawmill Inn is your answer to the most exciting or relaxing stay that Grand Rapids has to offer.